I'm Gachi with theyoungfolks.com. And first of all, I want to offer my congratulations. You guys are done. Awesome.
Thanks.
And I know it's going to be super successful. It has a huge fan base. So my first question is about your last day on the set. I know that everything was filmed, together. What was it like on the last day? Was it like kind of bittersweet, or were you like, all right, I'm out of here,
Well, everyone's last days was different, So it would be one thing if they saved some random magnificent scene where we were all together and that was the last day. I think it would have maybe felt more epic, but it was just it was kind of like the Hunger Games. All of us just got picked off one by one. They were just all gone, It's always weird. I mean, even when I work on a film for 28 days, I'm always like, that's a wrap? We're done? It's so weird.
On so quickly.
Just, what happened?
Both of your characters are super likable, in their own ways, of course. Are you guys going to miss playing those characters?
Yeah, I loved playing Joanna.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was hard to get into shape for Finnick. That's what I'm going to not miss. It's keeping up that six-pack and the tanning and dyeing my hair blonde.
I hated having to shave my hair.
chest.
Shaving my hair. My hair.
There's a lot of shaving going on.
There's too much shaving going on, obviously.
This is going to be special features.
With that ball cap were just insanely difficult.
Yeah.
No, I mean, of course, I've grown to absolutely love him and the people surrounding me. So it's going to be sad to say goodbye to. It's very rare you get the opportunity to portray a character of this complexity, who has layers, who is flawed, in a story this large and epic. I feel that's really rare. So you do genuinely feel like it was a dream come true.
Definitely.
What sort of roles do you guys hope to explore in the future now that you're, done with this franchise?
I don't know. I never really think about it like that. I think that it's you can't, it's
usually roles that aren't written yet, or roles that challenge me in new ways. There's such a wide spectrum of different people and different characters in the world that we live in, and even in the world that we don't live in. I'm such an open book, and I think as long as I kind of continue to challenge myself and play and portray characters that are very different, I think I'd be happy.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of different themes going on in this story in particular, especially in this last one. There's just a roller coaster of emotions going on, and everything happens really fast. What do you guys think young audiences will take away from the series as a whole, especially now that we have the final installment?
Well, I think that it's really up to them, because there's so much going on. I mean, you can be really inspired by the love story, you can be encouraged by the rebellion, you can feel really, sad about the unhealthy state of war, and that there is no real enemy, and that no one's hands walk away unbloodied, So, I mean, really, it just depends on what you get out of it is the most important thing. And I think that's what's so amazing about these novels is that you can read them as these really charged political stories, or you could read them as these really beautiful kind of love stories too, and it's really just where you're coming from.
Spoiler alert. How did you prepare for that scene that I'm not really mentioning, but everyone knows what's going on,
A lot of hard work, honestly. It was the most exhausting day of work I've ever done. It was an epic fight scene, so there was a lot of fight choreography and practice I remember we were choreographing. We had this fight that was choreographed, and we'd practiced and practiced and practiced, and you then get onto set and you realise that the space that you've got to fight in is a lot smaller than you used to, and that now there's going to be 7 other guys coming from this way as well as that one guy that I was fighting. So I was basically practicing how to keep my trident skills which is something I hope I have the opportunity to use again one day.
That's something you don't hear every day. My trident skills.
Yeah, it's such I practice with my broom handles at home.
Yeah.
But no, it honestly was it was down to the stunt team, really, and that goes for a lot of the sort of sewer work before that, leading up to that moment. It was all the stunt guys were amazing, and they really kind of looked after me and allowed me to basically do it all myself as opposed to.
Is it true that your trident was different in this film? Did it move?
Yeah, so it extended, and it also opened.
Uh-huh.
It's like a claw, which you do see in the film
when I do that. It goes,
I know, that's why, but I
Yeah,
didn't see it
no,
in
it
part
isn't.
1. Was it mentioned?
Well, no, in part 1 I didn't have a
Yeah,
trident.
right,
I was
you were
too
fighting.
busy crying over my
Oh.
lost girlfriend.
Aww.
No, that was fancy. I thought like
Yeah, no,
was,
it
no
was
one really
because
mentioned
BT.
it.
It's in the book.
I remember
but
that he made all the
He
special.
says tell.
All the cool stuff.
Well, there was a scene when I take my clothes off and I'm standing in my underwear
Uh-huh.
in Mockingjay 1 that didn't make it. But
Spoiler
where-
alert.
Spoiler alert, guys.
where Katniss says, "Oh, BT's got something for you downstairs," when she's about to go to war, and that's my trident. But you never see it. We
I
just
wonder
assume
what my axe would have done if I was actually allowed to go.
Maybe like
lasers.
Lasers, yeah.
Laser spirals or something.
I
That
know.
would be
I'd hope
nice.
for your sake it had a gun attachment, because mine was really
Yeah, the
quite
fact that you guys
lame.
didn't all just have guns was
What-
crazy.
everyone else did. Everyone
Yeah.
had machine guns, and I had a stick with
You had to
like.
use
They
your
didn't
skills.
do this, but like, it's pretty useless in a fight with their
It's
over
like a
there.
claw. It's like one of those things you get the toys out of the thing. It just opens and
Yeah, it's
closes.
Definitely much better for like a zombie apocalypse type of thing.
Exactly, you know what I mean? That would work, but like when it's war, I mean, you know, I did have a handgun, but I got to shoot 2 bullets out
That's
of.
good.
I was really proud of.
At least you got it.
That didn't make the movie.
Well, thank you guys so much for chatting with me. It was a blast.
Thank
Thanks
you.
very much.
Thank you.